Good day, good day. Um, Welcome back to Universal Chronicles. If you new, thank you for stopping by. Y'all bear with me because this is going to be a little different. What I'm attempting to do here is going to be a little different, and it's like some downloads that I've been getting in regards to the solar eclipse that is taking place on tomorrow, April 8th, 2024. So yeah, welcome to Universal Chronicles, where we use every avenue, every tool to learn life's lessons and also to receive messages from the divine, right? We use videos, YouTube videos, social media posts, memes, books, TV shows, movies, just downloads, okay, numbers, music. We use everything. I use everything. There was a point in time where I always said, I can't hear God. What is he saying? Like, I can't hear. There was a point in time where I thought that I could not hear the voice of God. And me, back in them days when I was in church, thought I was going to hear an audible voice. And sometimes that may very well be, but what I found out is the divine speaks to me in many ways. Um, in nature, we use nature as well. So since Thursday night into Friday morning, right, the 6th, right, which was yesterday, I've been getting these downloads and quite a bit of number synchronicities and even a dream. And I shared a little bit of what I experienced in my previous video, and the title just says my thoughts on the solar eclipse. I didn't really get into depth, but this top of the day, this morning when I got up, um, it was more downloads, information just coming to me, and I'm like, okay. I'm excited though. I'm excited about it. I'm just like, kind of in awe, I guess. But y'all bear with me because it is Mercury retrograde. Of course, I may stumble over my words, but also it's a lot of information. I'm going to try and make it as short as possible. I did write it down this time, but it's kind of still all over the place. But I want to make sure I do it before I get really started with my day and interacting with my babies and my grandbaby. So, and then of course work. And I want to get it out before tomorrow. So, here I am. Bear with me. Feel free to comment. I'm not expecting anybody to agree with me. The message that I got, my dream's been dreaming, okay? So I dreamed about a particular person that I follow on TikTok. And so when I got up today, I went to go check, to see what their most recent post was. And basically the post was saying that, when they're doing healing sessions that, they listen to the people talk and they talk about their problems. And as they keep talking, then they actually end up speaking about the solution and then ask them, well, what should I do? But he's like, if you listen to yourself talk, you already have the solution. And when I went to that post, it was 3 likes. Excuse me, it was 43 likes. It was 4 comments and 4 saves. So when I hit the like button, that made 44 likes, 4 comments, and 4 saves, which for me was a synchronicity because last night my children and I, we were trying to find a movie to watch together, right? And so I had my oldest son pick out a movie. And instead of him tell us, what the name of the movie was or whatever, he had us pick a number. So he's like, pick a number between 1 and 5. I was the last one he asked, of course, because I was in the kitchen cooking. And so when he came and asked me, I said 4. And he said, wow. He said, because uh, my other two, my youngest two, they both said 4. And then he said the fourth one is actually the one that I wanted to watch. So again, that number 4444 came up. And this was going into midnight. We was up late. But anyway, so I went to look up the angel number 4444. And it was basically saying to trust your inner wisdom and intuition. And I'm like, okay, I got it. So I just need to trust what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, and stop, doubting or wondering if, am I tripping, or is this really what this is? So, this is me stepping out and learning to trust my inner wisdom. So again, I'm not expecting anyone to agree with me. Those who it resonates with in their spirit and they know it to be true will, agree or however. And of course, I'm not one to think that I know everything, and I'm always open to constructive criticism in a nice way or, just correction. But in this moment, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to share. It's a lot, so please bear with me here. Okay, so if you don't know, my name is Riley, right? Riley means small stream, so there's always like a stream of information. Stream means it's continuous, okay? A stream means it's a continuous flow. If you think about streaming a movie, it's like a continuous flow, or a stream, it just flows, right? It just flows. Okay, so I'm Riley, and I'm a Gemini. So, of course, my ruling planet is Mercury, which is currently in retrograde, okay? So, with that being said, Mercury being the planet of communication, I get a lot of thoughts all the time, like a lot of communication, music, movies, TVs, like, I'm always getting something. I'm air, okay? So, anyway, let me get to it because I'm already 8 minutes in, but, I normally come on here looking a hot mess. A beautiful hot mess, let me say. But, yeah. And as you can see, I have my little butterfly top on with my little butterfly choker because this solar eclipse is about to bring on some big changes, transformation. Okay, let me tell you that. So, a little bit about the dream I had Thursday night, right? I felt like I had a visitation from a divine being. I can't really describe a face. I just remember a glow. I remember a glow. And, I kind of felt like in my dream there was people that I've dealt with that was kind of trying to pull me in the direction where they were going or not. I just kind of, they faded in the background and I was focused on this divine being. And like I said, I just remember a glow. It was a male. I remember a glow. And I don't know, I feel like it was Archangel Raphael. I keep saying that. I feel like it was Archangel Raphael. And every time I say it, you know, I get this feeling right in my gut, like in my solar plexus, right? So I hope I got enough data to do this message. Let me hurry up. But yeah, so I had a visit from this divine being, and I sat, and you know, I was about to share some things that had happened to me, you know, as I was growing up, and you know, my marriage and my divorce, and how my family, how they reacted or, you know, responded to the divorce and things like that. And I don't know, as he was looking at me, like I could feel the emotions like flowing up, and I was like, dang, I thought I was good. I just knew when I started talking about this that I wasn't gonna cry, right? But he was looking at me like he was looking into my soul, and I felt like he could see the tears before they actually got to the wells of my eyes. But later on in the dream, right? Um, Later on in the dream, I was walking through this path, and in this path, it was like a park or something, but there was a walkway in between these, like picnic tables. There was a whole line of them, and it was like all these different families. They were eating, they were having a good time, and I was just like delighted. I was delighted to see these families. I mean, I didn't really recognize any of the families. I didn't really recognize any of the people until I got like toward the end. And for me, I feel like it was like I kind of walked through a generation of families, my family, right? So I'm walking and I'm looking to my left and I'm looking to my right, and everybody just having a good time, you know, food, fellowship, fun, music, family. And I was just like, wow, you know, in my heart, I'm thinking as I'm walking through, like, this is what I want, this is what I want, right? And I get like toward the end of the strip, and I begin to see the people that are in my present 3D. And then some of the people are from my past 3D people that I don't really associate with anymore. But they weren't like in the direct with the rest of the family. They were like off to the side having conversations. And so anyway, it was a beautiful feeling. And when I woke up, you know, I was asking the divine, like, what was that just happened? And even when I woke up, I still kind of felt like a presence. And even now, as I am talking, I just feel good. I feel like a presence. I feel like this is what I'm to do at this very moment, right? And so, um, the solar eclipse. As we know, this solar eclipse that's happening is happening through Central America, and it's coming right through Texas, Fort Worth, Dallas. I mean, we gonna be right in the center of it all, right on the path of it, okay? And it's happening in this fourth month, you know, in April, the fourth month, which is right now the sun is in Aries, okay? And it's happening on the 8th day, right? 2024. Let me go through the numbers first. So it's the fourth month, the 8th day, the year 2024. And if you add the 2 and the 2 and the 4, that makes 8. So that's 4, 8, 8. But if you just kind of split that up equally, it's just all fours, okay? All fours, 4, 44, 44. So the number 4 is significant. Maybe you've been seeing 444, 44, 44, or just fours everywhere, okay? I know I have. And again, like I told you about the movie thing, you know, fours, and then the 44, 44. So fours are significant, and I mentioned in my other video their fours were significant as well. And I also mentioned me waking up at 8:46 in the morning on 468, which was yesterday, April 6th, April 6th, 2024, which is 468. So again, the numbers 4, 6, and 8 are significant, as well as the number 9, because if you add those numbers together, it makes 18, which if you 1 plus 8 is 9, and 9 is about death, in ending of cycles. Okay, and so the solar eclipse is happening on 4/8/2024. So we already broken down this 44, 44, right? What you doing? Huh? No, don't put your truck on there. What you do? You trying to see? Okay. My grandbaby. He like looking at like, what is you doing, Granny? Sorry about that. I tried to tell everybody I was doing a video downstairs, so to just kind of chill for a minute. So I need to make this quick. But okay, yeah, back to it. So the number 4 is significant. Now, when you think about the houses in the natal chart, the number 4, the 4th house is home and family. Okay, and again, I told you my dream. There was like families there, right? So the 4th house is about home and family. And even when I was looking up what the 4th house meant, it was 1114, which if you add that up, that breaks down to a 7, and today is 4/7. I'm telling you, I haven't had this experience this much in depth before, so I'm just flowing with it. Please bear with me. Now, the solar eclipse, right, is the moon. If I'm not mistaken, the moon is passing between the sun and the earth. The moon is passing between the sun and the earth. And so basically what's going to happen is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, is going to kind of block out the sunlight for a minute. And I know I've been seeing like posts about, you know, the solar eclipse and what is happening. You know, I heard a young man mentioning, you know, with the sun being in Aries and this new moon that's coming up also on the 8th, which we in that energy already, but the new moon that's coming up here on the 8th is also in Aries. So you have the sun and the moon in Aries, and then we have this solar eclipse, right? And he was saying how there was going to be an alignment taking place within us, and how the sun, ooh, I don't know why I just thought about twin flame energy, the masculine and energy, the masculine and feminine energy, the union within ourselves, which is what he was saying, you know, the sun being masculine energy, the moon being feminine energy, are both going to be in alignment, and they're both in the sign of Aries, okay? And Aries, oh Lord, help me to deliver this right. Aries rules the 1st house in your natal chart, which is the house of self, is the house of individuality, right? It's like who you are, your personality, and things like that. And that's very important. So for a lot of us, there may be a union. If, you know, we've been doing the work, there may be a union, or there is going to be a union happening for a lot of people within themselves with their masculine and feminine energy. Now, what I wanted to get to is how this is going to affect our foundation chakras. Again, going back to the number 4, the number 4 has to do with home and family. It also has to do with stability, balance, foundation, okay? Um, the first chakra, the earth. The first chakra, the earth, the root, okay? Ooh, y'all, on the 5th, as I was, what day was the 5th? That was Thursday. Was that Thursday? Yeah, on the 5th, that was Thursday, I was driving. And I seen a rainbow, and I had my daughter take a picture of the rainbow. And the colors of the rainbow that I seen that were prominent was red, the orange, the yellow, and a little bit of green, okay? And the reason I'm mentioning that is because, like I said, this solar eclipse, this solar eclipse, not the solar eclipse, but you know what? The solar plexus, this solar eclipse, is about to be transformative, and I'm finna tell you how if I could get to it, but like the dots, they just keep connecting. So the first chakra, the root chakra, the earth, the foundation, right? It's the first chakra, right? Then you have the second chakra, which is your sacral chakra, right? That has to do with your creativity. It also has to do with change, and that's where you have a lot of your emotions and feelings. And then you have the third chakra, which is your solar plexus chakra, and that has to do with your willpower, your confidence. That's the root. The solar plexus chakra is your get up and go chakra. Okay, that's your get up and go chakra. That's that kind of impulse chakra. If you just if it's overactive, you can be impulsive. At the wrong times, a lot of times. But the solar plexus chakra is also the power chakra of the Aries sign. That's their power chakra. Like, that's their drive, the solar plexus chakra. So the root chakra would be earth. If we looking at it, if we are, what's the word I'm looking for? The earth and the root chakra. The moon and the sacral chakra. The solar plexus and the sun. Yeah, that's what I want to say. These are going to be in alignment, right? And there will be darkness for a moment, okay? So there's an alignment happening with the three stars, or the three planets, with the earth, the moon, and the sun, but there's also an alignment taking place within those lower chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. And I'm going to add the fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra, in there, because when these three chakras are healed and the energy is flowing freely and they're healthy and they're balanced and in alignment, it's going to be so much energy flowing through the heart chakra, light in the heart chakra, which is going to bring about more healing, because the more energy and light that flows through there is going to shine light on those darker corners in the areas that we've been missing, that just been lying dormant, that need to be healed. Okay, so we already went through the first house, which the sun is in the first house, and right now the moon is also in the sign of Aries. Okay, now I had the download about some other houses, the 6th house, the 8th house, and the 9th house, because again, I told you the numbers 4, 6, 8, and 9 are significant. So we already talked about the 4th house, which is home and family. Now, the chakra that correlates with the root chakra. The fourth house in the root chakra. Anything that happens within your home, within your foundation. You know, from the time you're born, growing up, is stored in your root chakra. Even your generational things that happen with your people before you is stored in your root chakra, okay? So, the root chakra and the fourth house, home and family, they go hand to hand, okay? And then it also affects your first house because the root chakra is where the programming and everything starts, your belief systems, all that, which kind of molds you into being that first house person, if you will. And then you have the sixth house. I really probably should have put the second house in there, but that really didn't come up. The second house has to do more of material things, which really can't go in here, but I didn't feel the need to put the second house in there. But the sixth house, here we go, the sixth house. The sixth house has to do with your daily routines, health and wellness, like your healthy habits, okay? The sixth house is also in a way developed by that first chakra, and also helps to mold you into the individual person that you are. So it goes back again to that first house, which is ruled by Aries. Then, if you don't know about these houses, you can Google them and look them up. But then there's the eighth house. This one is important. The eighth house is the house of transformation. It's the house of birth, birth, death, and rebirth, okay? Which is why, again, I have my butterflies on, because they represent transformation. They really represent metamorphosis. But yeah, butterflies represent transformation. Okay, so being that the solar eclipse is on the 8th day of the month, it's going to be transformation. I feel like it's going to be transformation within us as individuals. It's going to be death and transformation and rebirth, but also in families. Like that fourth house is significant. And that may just be for me because that's my own desire. You know, it could be different for somebody else, but there's definitely going to be a transformation within all of us. It could be good or it could be bad. It's just, you know, depend on where you at. I don't really think anything is bad, because anything that may seem bad could be, it could be transmuted into something good. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the house is, the 8th house is the house of transformation, birth, death, and rebirth. And just FYI, the 8th house is Scorpio energy, which is like October, November, 10, 11. You know, dirty ones, 111. And the last house that I wanted to mention is the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of spirituality and higher learning. So really, you know, that's like your belief systems, like your spirituality, your religious beliefs, you know, your higher learning, going to college, or just kind of, going down the rabbit's hole, if you will, just venturing on to unknown waters, if you will, uncharted waters, however you said. I don't know who gonna see this video or who gonna watch it all the way to the end. I'm just gonna do it. And I'm already 30 minutes in, but it's okay. Now, back to those chakras. The first, second, and third chakra. And again, I'm including the fourth chakra automatically because the heart chakra is the bridge between your lower chakras, your foundational chakras, and your higher chakras, right? The heart chakra also reminds me of Yeshua because, you know, they say Yeshua is the bridge between us and God, or our lower self and our higher self, if you will. So our heart is like the bridge between our lower chakras and our higher chakras. And if your heart is not pure, even the downloads that you receive, like via your crown chakra, the downloads you receive, or even the things that you see, can be tainted because it's not being filtered properly through the heart chakra. It's like a filter, and vice versa. You know, even with the lower chakras, you know, you may do things thinking it's right, and it turned out not to be because there's like some constriction within the heart chakra. It's somewhere there's, it's been tainted in a way. But back to the chakra. So, look, this I want to keep saying solar eclipse. Solar eclipse. So this solar eclipse is going to be like a global Reiki healing, a global Reiki session. And I know everybody want to like look at it, put on the glasses and look at it and stuff, but I think, you know, that would be something great to see. It would also be great, you know, I would suggest being in meditation, going into meditation during that time, or even doing some yoga. If you know that you have some constriction or blockages or an inactive sacral chakra, then you may want to play like some frequency music for sacral chakra healing, or like listen to some sound bowl healing for the sacral chakra, or even for just those first three. I'm gonna tell you why. So like I said again, the root chakra represents the earth, the sacral chakra represents the moon, and the solar plexus chakra represents the sun. Okay, thus we're having a solar eclipse, right? Now, something that is happening aside from the manifestation of these planets aligning is within those chakras. There's going to be healing in those chakras for those that have been seeking and searching, doing the work, whether it was conscious or unconscious. Because sometimes, you know, excuse me, our souls, our spirits are crying out on the inside for us. If you know, those those mournings and groanings within that, you know, that it's not words, it's just a groaning within yourself, like your spirit is crying out for help, right? But these three chakras, the base chakras, the foundation chakras, those lowest chakras, there's going to be some healing taking place. If your chakras are not active, some people may have an activation of one or three of these chakras. It could be an activation of all of them. It could be an activation of one of them. It could be an activation of two of them, but there could be an activation taking place. There could be a clearing of some energy that's been blocked there from, you know, experiences that you've had, things that you hadn't really been able to energetically let go. There's going to be some balancing of these chakras. And as that is happening, you know, they're going to be in alignment with the heart chakra. So these four chakras, the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, there's going to be some healing, balance, alignment, clearing. Now, I already kind of went through the root chakra, which has to do with your foundation, stability, finances. You know, that's where you hold any like generational things and memories and of that nature. The sacral chakra is one I want to get to. The sacral chakra is important because if we go back to the date of this solar eclipse, right, 4/8/2024, and I told you that breaks down to 488, and it breaks down to all fours, but when you add it up, it comes out to 20, which is the number 2. The number 2 in numerology, if I'm not mistaken, the number 2 also has to do with balance. It also has to do with duality. Okay, duality. So, the sacral chakra is the number 2 chakra. The sacral chakra is the number 2 chakra, the second chakra, which is represented by the color orange. And if you ever notice, sometimes when the moon is coming up, it's orange, okay? Yeah. Now, the sacral chakra has to do with creativity. It also has to do with change, again. The sacral chakra, you know, is where we also hold certain things. Like if we've had emotional trauma, sexual abuse, molestation, it's also where we hold those like deep-rooted subconscious emotions that are just there, and those are what affects our heart and our feelings and our outlook on certain things. So if you have like a constricted sacral chakra or blockage, or if it's inactive, you may have a lack of creativity, and just lackluster for life, if you will, in a way. But I feel like there's going to be some really deep healing taking place in the second chakra, the sacral chakra. And sorry, I'm saying a lot. Women and men, we may experience cramping in our sacral chakra area, like in the lower abdomen area under the navel. We may experience cramping, you know, as that energy, whatever's blocked, is being pushed out, or if it's just an opening of the chakra, right? So we may experience like some cramping. For women specifically, your menstrual cycles could be they could be a little heavier than they normally are, or your cramps could be a little more stronger than what they normally are, or you may just have cramps where you used to have just cramps 1 or 2 days. It may be a time where your cramps probably last prior to and throughout the whole tenure of your cycle. Okay, that's just something that came to me. I don't know how, you know, true it's gonna be, but if you do experience this and you watch this video, come back and let me know in the comments. Yeah, as this sacral chakra cleansing and healing is taking place, we all may experience some type of discomfort or cramping within the lower abdomen area. Uh, also, um, the first and the second house, you know, they're right next to each other. They're neighbors, okay? And a lot of the programming, the things that we experience when it comes to the first house, the things that um, we've been told as children are, you know, our behavior patterns, the way we think of ourselves, you know, that trickles into your sacral chakra, your second your second chakra, and it creates certain emotions about ourselves, right? Even projections from our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings are in that first and second chakra. And so with this eclipse, these chakras are being cleansed, and these chakras are being cleansed, and then these chakras are being cleansed, and as these chakras are being cleansed, it's an eclipse of certain things that you have experienced. I apologize, y'all, for the distractions. As these two chakras are being cleansed during this eclipse, and even after, because it is a process, I don't feel like it'll be an overnight thing, but some of those things in the first and second chakra are going to be eclipsed out. And I feel like how this is going to happen is going back to that dream, is going to come up, right? It's going to be drawn up to the surface, and that energy is going to be moved. Whereas it's been constricted or restricted or blocked, is going to be moved upward and pushed into the, it's going to be cleared. Let me say that. I apologize, y'all. Anyway, and as that happens, you know, the energy is going to become more free-flowing, and is going to go into the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, these are the kind of things that happen when you're trying to do what you're supposed to do. There can be distractions, but I'm not going to let it stop me. So I'm not going to edit this. It's just going to be what it is. It is what it is. But, so the energy will increase in your solar plexus chakra. So once you get the energy cleared and balanced in the first and second chakra, you know it's going to flow upward. It's going to flow upward into the solar plexus chakra, giving it more of a vibrancy. You know, your confidence will increase, your willpower will increase, your get up and go will increase. Again, the solar plexus chakra is Aries, the sign of Aries, power chakra. So you may, you know, whereas before you had things that you wanted to do or create and things like that, but you just never got around to it, is because that get up and go wasn't there for this in that solar plexus chakra. It just wasn't. The get up and go energy wasn't there for that particular thing. And that could be because of some blockages and constriction within the first and second chakra. I hope y'all this is making sense. It makes sense to me, and I'm trying to verbalize it the way like that I see it in my mind and the way that I feel it. And I wrote this stuff down, but it's like I was jotting things down as they were coming to me. Uh, so the activation, balance, cleansing, and alignment of the first three chakras, or the foundation chakras, is going to bring a light energy, a free flowing energy within those chakras, leading into the heart chakra, which is going to be very important. And these events taking place with the healing and the cleansing and the alignment of your lower chakras is going to bring about change, because your solar plexus is popping now. You can make some things happen. You can get up and go. You can do, right? And once you do that, once you start making moves, once your creativity energy is flowing, it's going to bring about transformation. So when that first and second root chakra heals, right, it's going to affect your first house. Remember, the house of self, the house of individuality, because for a lot of us, the energies and the things that are stored in our first and second house are more so projections from other people, projections from our parents, people at church, or whatever, that programming, right? So once you can clear those things out and the healing takes place, it's going to give you a new perspective or a new outlook on who you are as an individual. Thus, you're going to take a different approach and move different. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, change and transformation is definitely happening with this solar eclipse. And I encourage you during the solar eclipse to make sure you take some time. It can even be before. Take some time to meditate, pray. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Meditate, pray, listen to some chakra cleansing frequencies. You know, there's plenty of them on YouTube. The first, second, and third chakra is very important. But if you know that you dealt with sexual abuse, molestation, or even if you're a woman that has experienced raped, if you are a woman that has experienced rape, right? I would suggest that you focus mainly on your sacral chakra. You know, put on some sacral chakra frequency music and just meditate on that. But of course, you can also do all four. They have some videos where it focuses on just the first three. And of course, always make sure you focus on the heart chakra, because that is, it's the center, right? So again, just to sum this all up, I'm about to close this out. Again, I feel like there's going to be change, transformation, and healing within families. And I don't know how much of my background y'all just heard, but just know I'm praying about that situation. Change and transformation, you know, sometimes can be uncomfortable. And even sometimes it may not look right to the people on the outside looking in, right? But it's necessary. It don't always feel good. It don't always look good, the process of it. But I feel like change and transformation is going to take place within the fourth house, home and family. Also, your sixth house, health and wellness, can be affected. Your daily routines, your eighth house, which is, of course, the house of transformation. And then the ninth house, the house of high learning and spirituality. And I'm going to go ahead and include the first, well, the first house is a given because the sun and the moon both are in Aries. So that's a given. So, and then of course the sacral chakra is the second chakra is very important. And I think I mentioned, that's going to be a day number 2 when the day of the solar eclipse, and it's also the day of the new moon, which is in Aries. So, if you've been emotional, if you have emotions, just kind of coming up, I don't know, I've cried and wept these past 2 days, and it's been more so of these downloads I've been getting because I'm just like, for real. But, yeah, I don't know, I feel like emotions that you've been holding in your subconscious, experiences you've held in your subconscious are going to be coming up and going to be eclipsed out, blocked out, removed. It's a beautiful thing at the end of the day. And as far as the new moon being in Aries, is I feel like a really good time for manifestation, especially manifestation that has that relates to healing with those first 3 chakras again. Because once those first 3 chakras are in alignment and flow, and the heart chakra is flowing free, you can work on those things in your heart that need to be worked on, right? And of course, the energy just flows on up, right? Growth, elevation, ascension, expansion. You gain more wisdom. I think that's that's about all I had to say. Oh, in regards to the new moon, though, about the manifestation, because the new moon is like a clean slate, if you will. And, that's when that's when the moon cycle starts over. So it's a new cycle beginning, okay? A new cycle beginning. And if you watched the video I did yesterday, I had mentioned the 369 method, and I've heard of it, and I've even tried it once, but me hadn't been consistent because I think you have to like write it 3 times in the AM, like at 6 a.m. or something, and then write it again 6 times, like in the afternoon at some point, and then write it 9 times at night, and something like that. You would have to really go and look it up because don't get me the line. But I mentioned that yesterday, and then this morning, when I was on TikTok going to look for the person that I followed that was in my dream, I came across a video on my FYP, and the young lady was talking about the 369 method. There was some book that she was advertising on a TikTok shop that goes through the 369 method, and she just kind of schemed through the table of contents of it, but I took that as a sign that yes, that was something that I was supposed to mention. But happy growing, happy ascension, happy awakening, because yes, we definitely going to experience some awakening, some spiritual awakening, because we don't just have one, we have multiple spiritual awakenings. Happy chakra activation for those of you who have not had, whose chakras have not activated. Which, you know what? Some people may experience a Kundalini awakening, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the beginning of the chakra activation. I'm not sure, but let me get up off of here and get on with my day. If you made it this far, I can't talk. If you made it this far Kudos to you. I give you 2 thumbs up. If I had 4 hands, I give you 4 thumbs up. I give you 10 stars. Okay. Give me some stars. You know the three little stars. I'm gonna start it off in the comments, but give me some 3 little stars. Um, red heart, an orange heart, and a yellow heart. Okay. And if you want to, you can just throw that sun and moon and earth emoji in there. Any of those, just let me know that you made it this far. And let me tell you, I really, really do appreciate you hanging in here with me. I don't think I did too bad. I was kind of nervous about doing it. I don't think I did too bad. And I don't know that I'll do a video this long again. It just seemed like it was necessary and something that I had to do because for these past few days it just been coming at me. So I just wanted to share. Happy transformation, baby. Happy transformation. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. I am excited for the collective in this global Reiki healing, this global Reiki session that's about to take place. You know what? I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Share this with someone that you feel it may be informative for, that you feel it may help. If you don't share it, it's fine. It's just for those who are drawn to watch it. So, those are the ones. I'm just going to be obedient and do what I'm supposed to do and let God take care of the rest. My part is done. I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm glad I got this ring light to do it. I got it for work, but look at here. Most High God, the divine, have use of it first, okay? Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. That is like a scripture that'll never leave me. Kingdom first, God first, always is, always will be. Good day. Happy transformation. Till next time.